Two NBA stars have been missing this season, with one being from the Lakers and one from the Warriors. Those two players are DeMarcus Cousins and Klay Thompson, and they have both been out with their respective injuries. We haven't heard too much about them recently, but there actually looks like there may be a good chance that both of them may return this season. We'll go over what happened to both DeMarcus Cousins and Klay Thompson and how their rehabs have been going. And before we get into it, really quickly, if you want to see more interesting NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, as I really do appreciate all of your guys' support. So first up, we're going to start with DeMarcus Cousins. For some background, Boogie was supposed to be one of the Lakers' main contributors when LA signed him, but he then suffered an injury during a practice run in the summer. Cousins landed awkwardly, and he eventually found out that he suffered a torn ACL. This was devastating news for the Lakers, as Cousins was supposed to play a big role for the Lakers as a big man who could provide some quick scoring, whether it be with the starters or with the bench. We're seeing how much the Lakers are missing his presence, as they are struggling to find a consistent scoring option when LeBron and AD sit. Howard has been great in his resurgence season, but he provides more of an impact on the defensive end as a rim protector more than a scorer. But it doesn't look like that all hope is lost for Cousins, as he looks like he's on track to return near the end of the regular season. For an update, it has been reported that it is likely that Cousins will be able to come back this season, and we've seen footage of him doing light practice in shooting drills. It's good to see him get back on the court, and it looks like he's moving pretty well already. Well, keep in mind he suffered the injury in August, and it's already been about 5 months since then. Looking at some studies online, ACL tears usually take about 6 to 12 months to fully recover, and there's a pretty wide range in recovery schedules. We've seen some cases of NBA players, big men actually, who return within only 6 months. For example, Kendrick Perkins returned from his ACL tear after just 6 months when he was with Boston, and Alex Jefferson returned within only 7 months after he suffered the ACL injury. Of course, these are outlier cases, but it shows that it is possible for players to come back early and be ahead of schedule. What's also very interesting is that these two guys are big men, and they have a similar body type to Cousins. These past examples bodes well for Cousins' recovery and timetable, as it shows that it's very likely he'll be able to come back by at least around the end of the regular season. We still have about 4 months until the regular season is over, and by the end of April, it will be about 8 months since Cousins suffered the ACL tear. The Lakers definitely don't want to rush Cousins back, and they got to make sure he's 100% healthy when he returns so he doesn't suffer from any complications, but I do think it's very reasonable to predict that he could come back by around March. That will make it about 8 months since he suffered the injury, and that's definitely within the projected timetable. It's looking good for Cousins, and look for him to ramp up the workouts within the next month or two. I definitely think it's reasonable to project him from past cases to be able to do 3-on-3 work within the next few months, and that will be a huge step in seeing if it will be able to still be productive and healthy in a potential comeback. And to wrap up Boogie's update, what will Cousins bring to the table if he returns? Well, as I said before, he would give the Lakers another option in the front court. He will be mainly used for quick offense if the second unit is stagnant, and he could potentially take some of McGee and Howard's minutes. Cousins gives the Lakers another big body that, when healthy, is a huge mismatch against many opposing centers. He can bang in the post against small ball fives, and he can stretch the floor with his 3-point shot against traditional bigs. He will help open up the floor for the Lakers, and LA can run a 5-out offense when Boogie is on the court. It will be great for the Lakers to have Cousins back, and even if he can play in short spurts along with rest games, he would still be a great addition for LA. Hopefully, we can see Cousins back on the court soon, and I will definitely make another update video if we see further significant progress in his recovery. And before we get into Klay Thompson's recovery update, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to CKey for sponsoring this video. CKey is a ticket app that takes confusion out of buying tickets, and using the app, you can see which ticket is a good deal which has a green dot, or a bad deal which has a red dot for any sporting event or concert. It's an easy to navigate app, and it's a must-have for anyone who's interested in attending an event. Use my discount code THETBALL to get $20 off of first purchase when you first sign up for an account, and I will leave a link to the site where you can sign up, or you can also download the app on your phone as well, and use my code to get the discount there. Now on to Klay Thompson. He suffered the same injury as Cousins as he tore his ACL in Game 6 of the NBA Finals against the Raptors. Because he suffered this injury about 2 months earlier than Cousins, he was projected to come back sometime this season. However, that was if the Warriors were competitive and if his rehab went well. We've heard mixed reports about what's Thompson's return date, as Klay's dad said that his son was walking normally and was optimistic about a return late in the season back in August. However, Coach Kerr said in October that it wasn't likely that Thompson would return this season. We've seen recent footage of Thompson back on the court shooting jumpers, but it looks kinda strange. He's somewhat dragging one of his legs and he's essentially shooting on one foot. He certainly doesn't look ready at all yet, and compared to Cousins, I believe DeMarcus has a much better chance of returning this season than Klay. We also have to keep in mind that the Warriors are still way out of the playoff picture, and while they have been better recently, they are still a long shot to make the playoffs. Once it becomes very clear they have zero chance of making the playoffs, I think they will eventually announce Thompson will definitely be shut down for the entire season. But if Golden State somehow makes a miraculous comeback in the standings, it's definitely possible for Klay to return in the playoffs. I wouldn't bet on it, but there's definitely a chance, as I said before, he may return sometime this season or in the postseason. But it's definitely good to see Thompson at least back on the court doing some light shooting, and just back on his feet in general. As we see on his social media, he's also been enjoying life and just hanging out with his girlfriend, so that's great to see. I think it's good that in a potentially lost season for the Warriors, Thompson is getting a nice break from the long NBA season to make sure he's physically and mentally refreshed before returning to the court. Hopefully we see him return soon, but it's more important for him to make sure he comes back 100% and plays even better than he was last season. So that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when this video will be coming out. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball or business. Just drop a comment down below my photo or DM me and I'll definitely try to get back to most of you guys there. Drop a comment down below. Do you think we'll see DeMarcus Cousins or Klay Thompson this season? Let me know as I do real comments. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys have to say there as well. So with all that being said, once again, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you soon for the next video. Peace.